Hello from the United Kingdom. Uh, I just came on here really about the day. I feel like obliged. Um, I feel obliged to speak about this Daystar SA stuff. By the way, I live in the United Kingdom, but I'm Irish, so I like to put that in there. So no further ado, let me get to it. From the very beginning, with this baby lamb case, um, what we see is like there was no, all of this alleged stuff happened in 2020 and 2021, and the word um, about it in the public until 2024 when Jonathan and Susie were fired out of Daystar, and obviously, I'm saying fired. When Susie was asked to leave Daystar, she was just Joni just got the hump and said you can't come back on, but she was fully paid for a whole year, and I don't think she really wanted to come back then or something. And then Jonathan was still working there, not till he went to Julie Roy's, till final nail in the coffin did he get fired. So then all of this came out to the public about the essay of the child, which had happened, the alleged thing happened 4 years previously. And then let me say this as well. The first lead out about this SA case was led with deception. And I will say this because this happened in real time. And I'm a Christian woman, so I'm entitled to say this. They led out with key deception. They said that they called him Pete. He went up, he followed the little girl up to the up to the room on his own. And obviously that gives out a completely different narrative to the public. Obviously, if a man follows a 5-year-old child up to the room on his own, it sounds weird, really weird. You're going to do something to that child. Obviously, that's what the public would think, which is not wrong for them to think, oh, because that would look weird. But when Joni revealed the truth in table talk, the Josh was holding his 1-year-old child. There was already 8-year-old child in the room, and then he went up to see different views. And then when John came up to the room, he was nowhere near the child. You see, none of that was reported by Julie Roy's or Jonathan and Susie. So it was a direct attempt to deceive the public. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Susie's excuses didn't add up. Oh, they were trying to protect. I didn't want to add this innocent life and protect the child, the child's identity. Well, actually, the Lamb family, they start their, they're hardly living the quiet life. Their identity is always out there. So that's lies from Susie Lamb, straight up out of the book. I'll call it what it is. Period. End of story. You mightn't like it, but I'd call it what it is, or else BS. So the reason that was put out to the public is to deceive the public. Period. End of story. There is no other excuse to explain it. That's it. And the next one now, I'm going to jump. I mean, there's been a load of stuff I've seen. And the recent one is that the recent police investigation, Jonathan and Susie Lamb closed down the police investigation because their actions led to it, and they refused to let their 2 children be interviewed and questioned by the police. Why? Why is that? So they don't want to get to the truth. It's obviously because Susie Lamb knows the truth already, and she's just trying to bamboozle the public. That's what this is. This is nothing to do with the truth. This case has never been anything to do with SA. This has been revenge on Joni, make Joni look bad, and because obviously Susie Lamb has got parental control of the child from day one, not Joni, and another lie I'm going to say as well. When the child divulged to her mother in November 2020, uh, the child told Susie Lamb the name of the person, of the abuser. She didn't just say I told her than daddy. No, that's just that is just what you call it. She wants to divert people, uh, as much as say, don't look in any other direction for anyone smaller than daddy. Yeah? I see what's going on here. It's deception. Deception. So I'm not linked up to anyone. I'm a free woman. I'm Irish. I live in the UK. I'm a free woman. I'm not linked up to Daystar. I'm not linked up to any YouTuber either. I'll say what I think. End of story. And if you don't like it, you don't have to agree. But God knows the truth. Be sure. God knows the truth, and he must be furious with all this lies. Yeah. And Susie Lamb, you are the one, and I can quite, I say it with them. You let out with deception. You've blocked the police. You've blocked the police from questioning your children. You've lied because no 5-year-old child. I'll tell you what I do know. No 5-year-old child comes to their mother and tells them they're being abused and doesn't name the abuser. They don't do it. So it's obviously not Pete, because if it was Pete or Josh Brown, you throw him under the bus. It's somebody else, and you've protected that person. You've protected that person, Susie Lamb, and I know you're a liar. Would you come on the phone to me, and I'll ask you questions? I dare you to do it, because you would run like a rat for me. Maybe you'd run like a rat. Christian people have accepted your story, or I've never accepted it from the beginning, because I knew it is a lie. You're telling lies. Because remember, the child told you the story. Jonathan wasn't there. You are lying. That's why you ran like a rat from the police. Isn't it, Susie? And I'm going in that note. I don't know any of the Christians in America, zero, but I'm entitled to tell what I see, and God is going to. I know there's many people, victims out in the world. Um, they never get justice, but this took over the whole Christian world. This lies, this stuff. And it's about justice for baby lamb. It's about justice, James B. White. Justice for baby lamb. Well, who blocks down the justice for baby lamb, James P. White? The parents, led by Susie Lamb. So what justice does she want for her kid? Because yeah. You tell me that now. And all the podcasters, are you going to stand by? Are you going to wrap this under the rug? If you want the truth, are you going to wrap this truth under the rug? When it's clear, straight as day evidence in your face. All Laura Lynn could do last night in her podcast was, oh, she never seen the truth right in her face, right? About shutting down the thing. All she could see was Josh Brown in the police interview. Will you hear this? On the police interview, that he said, I knew the child was going up there. Okay, let's analyze this. Imagine if anyone is going up the stairs with a 5-year-old child is on their heels. What adult doesn't know the child is on their heels? Tell me that. But Laura Lynn considers this as evidence. Where there's a straight flag in front of her eyes, she misses it. Oh my days. Christian people, you need to get a brain in your head. Just use your brain. Do you know me? I'm speaking the evidence. I'm speaking the truths, the whole truth, nothing but the truths. And I proof, yeah? Julie Royce and Jonathan and Susie, let me repeat it. Julie Royce and Jonathan and Susie, from the beginning, they put out a story. There's a man following their girl called Pete up to the bedroom when the little girl was going changing on his own. Not until Joni exposed the truth in her table talk did we realize this was lies. So they laid out with deception. Now they're doing more deception when they're pretending to the public that they want, baby lamb, justice for baby lamb. They blocked down the police interviewing and questioning their own children. So Christians, use your brain. Is it Rachel blocking down the police interview? Is it Josh Brown blocking down the police interview? So who's blocking down the police interview? Yeah? Okay. I'm ending on that note. Use your brain. Stop putting Jonathan and Susie on pedestals. And stop blaming other people. You will be held accountable by God. If you put out false accusations about people without knowing the full facts, you will be held accountable by God for that. So you understand that? Use your brain. I'm going now. I'm so mad. But I'm happy in a way because I'm happy in a way because the truth is coming out. But it's a shame that most people can't even see the truth when it's in front of their face. I'm going.